Hello and welcome back to another video where today we have some official information on Joy to the World via Stephen Moffat doing an interview for the BBC News programme, specifically I think in the southeast. This wasn't on my BBC, at least when I looked, but at around I think 7:30 today, Stephen Moffat was interviewed and he talks a little bit about the Christmas special and he basically tells us a little bit more about the plot and what it entails. And I was put onto this by Harry the Whovian, who spotted it on BBC, and thank God for he did, because he uploaded the clip, and we're going to be going over that clip. I'll leave Harry's Twitter in the description below, so go give him a follow, because without him, I wouldn't be talking about this. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Moffat just said on BBC News that this year's Christmas special is about a hotel in the future that uses time travel to fill its vacant rooms from the past, which I think is a really neat concept already, but before we get into that, I'm going to go over it in more detail. So here's the clip, straight from 6:30 slot for BBC South East. Okay, it was 6:30, not 7:30, that's my bad. RTD was originally writing the special, ran out of time, and got Moffat in to do it so he could start on season 2. So that's interesting. Russell was going to do this year's Christmas special, but he ran out of time and requested that Moffat do it instead. And I mean, I love Moffat, so I'm always happy for more Moffat. So I guess then, in this instance, there is a timeline, there is a circumstances. There is a circumstance in which Moffat only did Boom, but because Russell ran out of time, we've ended up with an extra Moffat script, which I'm very pleased about because I love Stephen Moffat's writing. And I actually got to meet the man the other day at Arcadia, which was a Doctor Who convention over in Cardiff. I had a lovely time. It was at the Temple of Peace, which is the same place they filmed End of the World, among other stories. It was a lovely time, and I'll probably talk about that in another video very, very soon, but I can also mention that he did say some stuff about the story there, which were very minimal. We'll get into that after we watch this clip.
Plea from showrunner Russell T Davies to write this year's Christmas special.
The truth is, I absolutely love doing Doctor Who Christmas, because I'm a big fan of Christmas. I absolutely adore Christmas. Then the email came through saying, Stephen, I need to get on to series 2. I'm never going to finish this Christmas script. Could you come in and write one? Not complete his script, just come and do another one from scratch.
And so with the Christmas special, I mean, listen, I appreciate there's probably very little you can tell us. Is there just a little something that you could tease about?
I can tease something about Christmas special. Imagine in the far, far future, imagine that a hotel chain got hold of the idea of time travel. What's the first thing a hotel chain would do if they had time travel? They'd realise they had an opportunity to sell all the unsold nights in their own hotels in history.
This is why I love Stephen Moffat. He comes up with ideas that are so grounded in real life. Hotels, what's the main thing a hotel's going to care about? Selling all the rooms in their hotel every night. So what would they use time travel to do? To fill out all their previous nights with other clients. It's perfect. It's a great concept. And it's the sort of thing that I love about Doctor Who, turning something so ordinary into something extraordinary and fantastical. And this made me really excited. The other thing he said when I was at the con and at his panel, he said that we will find out what is behind the doors of those hotel rooms. You know those doors in hotel rooms that you sort of notice but you can never go behind? We find out in this story apparently what those doors are, which I assume maybe ties into this time travel aspect, these hotel chains that have discovered time travel. That door actually leads to a time machine of some sort, which is a really fun and ingenious concept. And I think a lot of kids going to stay in hotels are going to have a lot of fun with that. It very much reminds me of like the Empty Child and the gas masks, and obviously like the Weeping Angels and stuff, and people pretending to be the Weeping Angels. Something like people going into a hotel, opening the door, pretending it's a time machine is something I can totally imagine kids up and down the country doing, which will probably annoy the Premier-ins to no end, but this is a wonderful concept, and it's made me really, really excited for Christmas because it's such a fundamentally Doctor Who concept. It's such a whimsical, almost fairy tale-like concept, which I know is not everyone's bag for Doctor Who, but I think for Christmas it's like the perfect sort of tone. And I just love the way this man talks about Doctor Who. I'll talk about it a bit more in my eventual con video, but when I was listening to his panel, I could listen to this man talk for hours. He's so interesting, he's so funny, and I'm really glad he came back to do these episodes. I think I'm pretty safe in saying that Christmas specials don't tend to be the favourites of hardcore Doctor Who fans historically, and I include myself in that very much so. They're normally, more fun and more light, and to a certain extent, a bit more throwaway. But I think stories like this, it's vitally important that they would capture the imagination of children watching. And obviously I'm not a child anymore, but I can imagine if I did watch something like this as a kid, the ideas it would leave me with would have my mind racing for ages, in the same ways as seeing the Autons on Doctor Who and then going into a shopping centre and seeing shop window dummies and going, hang on, are they Autons? Which is something me and my brothers actually would do, and I think that's what Doctor Who's all about, and I think that's what made me so excited by this clip, was just seeing that pure enthusiasm for what makes Doctor Who unique, that idea of let's take something so random and ordinary and turn it into this weird concept, but also in a weird way this commentary on hotels and their need to make a profit at any cost, even to the point where they'd use time machines to book out hotels. Like, that's great, that's really fun. Almost sort of Roald Dahl-esque in some ways, I feel like. It's really, really fun, really creative, and it's just made me very excited for it. I don't know why. I'm feeling happy. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I hope that it lives up to what Moffat's saying, and I'm sure it will, because it's Moffat, and I like Moffat a whole lot. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.